Think of the last time you broke your own word, the last time you gave in, the last time you quit because it was too hard. That moment never leaves you. It eats at you in silence. You can feel it even now. This brain training removes that weakness forever. But here's the price. The same training that makes you more disciplined than any monk will also rip the warmth out of you. You will become someone respected, even feared, but never truly one of them again. This brain training will take you to that point. It will make you more disciplined than any monk, but it may make you too cold to belong. If that is a trade you are willing to make, let us begin. Step 1. The decoupling drill. This is where the training begins. It does not begin with motivation or with speeches about purpose or with inspirational quotes plastered on walls. It begins here in the place most people never dare to enter, the space between sensation and action. Most people are puppets. Invisible strings control their every move. A string gets pulled and they obey. The string called, "I'm tired." The string called, "I'm bored." The string called, "This is too hard." They think they are making choices, but in reality, they are marionettes dancing to the pull of impulses and emotions. The decoupling drill exists to cut those strings one by one until the puppet collapses and the operator emerges. You are not here to become motivated. You are here to sever the chain of command that feelings have over you. The rule is simple, brutal, and inescapable. Every morning you will face something you dread. It must be real, it must be repeatable, and it must be non-negotiable. You do not get to bargain with yourself. The drill is the drill, a cold shower that shocks the nervous system. A sprint at dawn while the world still sleeps, waking at 4:30 a.m. when the rest of your body screams for another hour, dropping into push-ups until your arms shake. It does not matter what it is, as long as it is the one thing you would rather avoid. The power of the drill is not in what you choose, but in the fact that you do not want to do it. The resistance is the weight you are lifting. Without resistance, there is no growth. Without dread, there is no transformation. When the moment comes, do not do what the world teaches you. Do not blast music to hype yourself up. Do not scream affirmations into the mirror. Do not pretend you love the pain. That is just another form of slavery. Only now you are ruled by adrenaline instead of fear. The real training is the opposite. When the water turns cold, when your lungs start to burn, when your eyes still ache from sleep, you will not fight it and you will not obey it. You will observe it. You will step back from your own body and watch the signals as if you are studying a machine. The mind says, "This hurts. Stop." You translate it. Muscles requesting oxygen, skin registering temperature drop, body in low power state. You log the sensation as if it were data on a screen. Nothing more, nothing less. The signal is real, but the command is not binding. Day after day you repeat this drill, 30 days without fail. In the first week, the body screams violently. Every nerve rebels. Every instinct begs you to return to softness. The second week, the rebellion changes shape. The screams turn into whispers, logical excuses, clever negotiations, tiny delays that disguise themselves as reasonable. The body becomes cunning because it knows brute resistance has failed. By the third week, something shocking happens. Silence. The cold shower is no longer punishment. It is simply water. The sprint is no longer pain. It is simply movement. The body has learned the truth. Its complaints no longer matter. The firewall is complete. But here lies the danger. A firewall is not selective. Once you learn to decouple sensation from action, it does not only block laziness, it begins to block everything. Anger rises when someone insults you. You label it data. Joy flares when something good happens. You label it data. Sadness grips you. Data, excitement surges, data, you are gaining control. Yes, but you are also building walls. The same walls that keep weakness out also keep warmth out. You will find yourself harder to shake, but also harder to reach. You will be feared for your composure, respected for your discipline, but slowly exiled from the warmth of belonging. People will feel your coldness even when you say nothing. And yet, this is the cost. This is the first step on the path. Once you complete this drill, you no longer ask your body for permission to act. You no longer wait for feelings to align with duty. You act regardless. You are no longer the puppet jerked around by strings. You are the operator holding the knife that cut them. The ordinary man obeys the pull of tiredness, fear, boredom. You no longer do. Where he hesitates, you move. Where he avoids, you advance. Where he breaks, you remain. This is not just a drill. It is the rewiring of identity. After 30 days, you will not see the world the same. A cold shower will not be pain. It will just be water. A run will not be suffering. It will just be motion. Life will no longer be about chasing comfort or avoiding discomfort. Life will become execution. Pure, precise, unflinching execution. And while the world claps for monks and soldiers, they will never truly know the kind of discipline you have built here. You are no longer motivated. You are programmed. No longer fragile. You are firewalled. No longer a slave to the strings. You are the hand that cut them. This is the decoupling drill. This is step 1. Once you enter, there is no going back. Step 2, action neutralization. The second step is where the firewall spreads. You began by cutting the strings of sensation, refusing to let cold, fatigue, or discomfort dictate action. Now you extend that principle to everything in your life. Most people build their days on feelings. They wake up and ask themselves, what do I feel like doing today? If the answer is motivated, they work. If the answer is lazy, they scroll. If the answer is excited, they start a project. If the answer is bored, they avoid it. They call this passion, authenticity, following their heart. But you will call it what it is, inefficiency, weakness dressed as poetry, a mind enslaved to mood swings. This step breaks that slavery forever. Here is how the drill works. Take your to-do list for the day, however ordinary it looks. Write the report, make the sales calls, go to the gym, have dinner with family. The average mind sees this list and immediately reacts emotionally. The report feels boring. The calls feel stressful. The gym feels tiring. Dinner feels like an obligation. Their day becomes a minefield of emotions disguised as reasons. That is why they procrastinate. That is why they waste hours waiting for the right mood. That is why they never finish. You will not live like this. You will strip the emotion out of every task until nothing remains but raw execution. You begin by rewriting the list. Each item must be translated into neutral code as if you are programming a machine. Write the report is no longer a boring chore. It becomes execute report file 2 hours. Make the sales calls is no longer a stressful social gauntlet. It becomes initiate client sequence 1 hour. Go to the gym is no longer exhausting. It becomes begin physical maintenance 45 minutes. Have dinner with family is no longer an obligation. It becomes attend social protocol 1.5 hours. You see the difference? The emotional paint has been stripped from the function. The dread, the boredom, the stress, all erased in translation. What remains is just a sequence, a command, a block of execution. And here lies the genius of the drill. You do not need to feel passionate about a sequence. You do not need motivation to run a line of code. You simply press execute and the function begins. When the emotional charge is removed, the resistance vanishes with it. Procrastination becomes impossible because procrastination itself is an emotional act, a rebellion against a feeling. But if there are no feelings in the task, there is nothing to rebel against. You simply move from one line of code to the next, like an engine cycling through gears. Work is no longer a battlefield of moods. It is simply a protocol you complete. This is the secret monks discovered long ago. It is not that they loved meditation. It is that they neutralized the desire to do anything else. The monk does not sit because he feels like it. He sits because the code says sit. The task is empty, stripped, uncharged. You now bring that same emptiness into every dimension of your day. But I must give you the warning. This drill is ruthlessly effective, and like fire, it does not stop where you want it to. You will begin with the tasks you dread, the boring, the stressful, the tedious. And yes, you will conquer them. Reports will be written, calls will be made, workouts completed with military precision. But the neutrality spreads. The firewall does not care whether the signal was pain or pleasure. It blocks both. Soon the exciting tasks flatten into code as well. The passion project you once felt alive in becomes execute hobby file, 2 hours. The date night becomes attend partner protocol, 3 hours. The joy, the spark, the rush of spontaneity, all of it collapses into the gray of neutral execution. You will become efficient, yes, ruthlessly so. You will achieve every target you set. You will become the kind of person who does not procrastinate, who does not stall, who simply moves from one completed block of action to the next. But the cost is heavy. The warmth will leak out of your days. The highs and lows will flatten into a steady, cold hum. You will look at the world differently. Where others see challenges, you will see protocols. Where they feel joy or dread, you will see functions. They will be warm, chaotic, and weak. You will be orderly, precise, and cold. And that is the second step, to neutralize action itself, to strip the fire from every task until nothing remains but execution, to destroy the illusion that you must feel something before you act. This is the point where procrastination dies, where passion dies, where weakness dies. This is where you become the operator of your life, not the victim of your moods. But it is also the point where people will begin to notice the change. They will not always admire it. Some will sense the efficiency and be intimidated by it. Others will sense the absence of warmth and feel unsettled. But you will not flinch. You will not apologize. You will not turn back. You will remind yourself of the truth. Most people are slaves to emotion. You are not. You are something else now, something colder, something beyond. This is action neutralization. This is step 2, and once you enter it, you will never see your life the same way again. Step 3, the empathy filter. This is the final step, and it is the most dangerous of all. It is the place where you stop being one of them and start becoming something else entirely. Until now, you have been training to neutralize your own feelings, to cut the strings of comfort, to strip the emotions out of action, to become immune to the inner noise that weak men obey. That alone already puts you above the crowd. But here in this step, you go further. You do not only stop obeying your feelings, you stop obeying theirs. This is where you install the empathy filter. Most people are infected by secondhand emotions. They are mirrors, reflecting whatever storm they walk into. Someone cries and they become sad. Someone yells and they feel fear or anger. Someone radiates excitement and they become excited too. They call this empathy. They praise it. They treat it as virtue. But you will see it for what it really is. A vulnerability, a lever anyone can pull to steer you, a virus that spreads weakness from one host to another. If you remain an emotional mirror, you can never lead, never dominate, never be untouchable. The crowd owns you through their moods. This drill burns that link out of you forever. The next time you are in an emotional conversation, you will not participate, you will analyze. You will turn on the filter. Someone screams at you. The old self would react, flinch, defend. The new self stands still and asks, what is the function of this volume? Is this intimidation? Is this desperation? What data is being broadcast? Someone weeps in front of you. The old self would melt, sympathize, absorb the sadness. The new self observes, what is the purpose of these tears? Are they asking for comfort? Are they manipulating for advantage? Are they simply overwhelmed by stress? You will no longer be a participant in the storm. You will rise above it in the sky, watching the storm as data, and the power of this shift is terrifying. With the empathy filter active, you cannot be manipulated. Guilt trips slide off you like water off stone. Anger fails to provoke you. Begging fails to weaken you. While the crowd drowns in shared emotions, you remain dry on the shore, watching calmly, deciding your move with surgical clarity. You become the rock in chaos, the still point in a room full of storms. This is how leaders emerge. When panic spreads, you do not catch it. When rage consumes others, you do not mirror it. You remain cold, calm, calculating. Everyone else will lose themselves. You will stay in command. But the cost is heavy, and you must face it with open eyes. The firewall you build here will not stop with anger and guilt. It will block joy and warmth too. People do not bond through logic. They bond through shared, messy, inefficient feeling. They want to be felt, not analyzed. They want their sadness mirrored, their happiness celebrated, their fear comforted. But when they come to you, they will not find a mirror. They will find a surgeon dissecting their emotions for function and intent. They will find a strategist cataloging their pain instead of sharing it. And in that moment, they will admire your control, depend on your clarity, even fear your composure. But they will not feel that you belong with them. You will become something different, colder, removed. A commander in a crowd of followers, a surgeon in a room full of people who just want a hug. This is the inevitable trade. You will become immune to manipulation, immune to panic, immune to weakness that spreads from person to person. You will achieve clarity and power that others cannot comprehend. But you will also feel the warmth of belonging fade away. Your presence will be respected, even needed, but rarely embraced. You will stand alone, untouchable, efficient, unprovoked. This is why the monk's path is lonely. This is why so few dare to walk it. Step 3 is the final firewall. Once installed, you are no longer just disciplined. You are no longer just efficient. You are no longer just immune to your own feelings. You are immune to theirs. You are not a mirror anymore. You are the operator, and the operator belongs to no one. This is the brain training, the decoupling drill to silence your own weakness, the action neutralization to turn your life into a set of efficient commands, the empathy filter to shield you from the chaos of others. It will make you strong. It will make you efficient. It will make you disciplined, but it will not make you happy. It will not make you warm, and it will not make you one of us. Most people will not do this. They will choose the comfort of the crowd. They will choose to remain weak, emotional, inefficient, and connected. They will choose to belong. But if you are still listening, you have already made your choice. You are building a mind of ice and steel. Just remember, when you are finished, when you are standing in that perfect, silent, cold fortress of your own mind, you will be in there alone. You have now seen the first steps of a path most people will never walk. The decoupling drill, action neutralization, the empathy filter. These are not tricks. They are not life hacks. They are weapons. And once you begin using them, you are no longer normal. You are no longer one of them. But this is only the beginning. What I've shown you here are fragments. To forge the complete version of yourself, discipline beyond comfort, efficient beyond passion, cold beyond belonging, you must enter the full process. That process is the 90-day discipline mastery protocol. 90 days of drills, each one designed to strip weakness out of you and replace it with steel. 90 days of no excuses, no negotiation, no compromise. You start soft, you end unrecognizable. This is not for everyone. Most people watching will close this video and go back to comfort. They will scroll, they will laugh, they will forget. But a few of you, the ones already hearing the call, you will step in. And once you step in, there is no turning back. Click the link in pinned comment. Begin the 90-day discipline mastery today. Do not think about it. Do not save it for later. Later does not exist. Comfort will steal later from you. Act now while the door is open. Because the truth is this, in 90 days, you will either still be the same person you are right now, weak, distracted, pulled by strings, or you will be forged into something no one can move, no one can manipulate, no one can stop. The choice is yours. Stay ordinary or enter the 90-day discipline mastery and leave humanity behind.